physically exercise does refresh one's mind. Thoughts become clearer, and it gets a little easier to evaluate the surrounding reality. Not in my case, however. I was sitting on the roadside, wheezing and trying to ease my sore that by gulping breathes of hot air. In any case, the run did its job. A few withdrew for a while. Maybe I really am just dreaming. Thought recalling my self-harm on the bus, I immediately rejected the idea. I am neither dreaming nor dead. The narrow road runs through the fields and far into the distance. The exact same road from my dreams. I must be very far away from home. And it's not just that I was writing yesterday and it's winter yesterday, it's summer now. It's the whole environment. Of course, summer is usually like this, green and hot. But here everything is not entirely lifelike. Everything looks like it was taken from the paintings of Russian landscape artists of the 19th century. The grass is just too lush. The bushes are not like what bushes should be. They are so thick that you can't see anything through them. Like treetops, honestly. And the trees themselves? The forest was quite far away, but the trees looked as if they had closed their ranks and were now just waiting for the order to advance onto the fields and plains. I caught my breath and looked at the bus, which was barely visible. That was a good run. Fear overtook me once again. Those power lines. There must be people here. But what does it mean? In fact, that means nothing at all. Couldn't they have power lines even in hell? Roasting sinlessly over the hot coals? That's so last country. I must have reached the point of no return, after which you should either lose your mind completely or finally try to understand what's going on. And while I still have a choice, I should pick the second option. I slowly headed back to the bus. Of course it was scary. But I'm not likely to find an answer in the field or the woods, and this wretched bucket of bolts is the only kind of link that I have with the real world. Oh, I should carefully scout the area. A brick wall and its gates covered with a ovaled sign, statue of pioneers standing on either side, and a road sign nearby showing the bus route number 410. The trip's taking a bit too long today. I smirked. Person may start acting inappropriately in extreme situations. Thinking like that, it's probably happening to me now. This place didn't look abandoned at all. No rust on the gates, no damage to the walls. Sovionok. What could have a name like that? Judging by the pioneer statues, it could be a kids' summer camp. Moreover, it appears to be opened. Of course, the simplest explanation, logically speaking, explains nothing at all. The strange girl, the altered bus, summer, the pioneer camp. Thousands of theories went through my mind instantly. From an alien abduction to leather-gripping sleep, from a hallucination to a time and space shift. None was worse than any other, but there was really no way to pick a single one. Then it occurred to me I can try to make a phone call. Took out my cell phone and dialed the first number from my contact list. But instead of a signal, strange bars, the screen was showing a thick cross. Alright, there may be no signal in such a remote place. True, I cannot be the only one who came here. Buses don't drive themselves. I examined the bus from all sides to make sure that it wasn't a hallucination. Bits of dirt on the bottom, some rust here and there, faded paint and worn-out tires. No, this is definitely a very ordinary Lucarus. Yeah, exactly the kind of bus which takes you to places beyond your understanding if you carelessly fall asleep. I gave a nervous chuckle. It came out by myself. Sporty Kelly. Because this wasn't in the right place or time to laugh. Sporadisch. But where on earth is the driver? I cautiously sat down on the curbs beside the bus and started to wait. My patience didn't last long. My anxiety seemed to have reached its peak, and I started to go slightly mad. In such a situation, anyone would have probably felt something similar. Aliens and parallel universes were gone from my imagination, leaving only void and darkness. Is this how everything will end? How my life will end? But I wanted to do so much. There were so many things that I had no time for yet. I was overwhelmed by the idea this was definitely the end. But why? It's not fair. Seriously, surely I'm no horse. I'm no worse than anyone else. God, why? Tears were burning in my eyes unbearably. I curled up and started rolling the grass. Why? What did I do? Why me? But my cries were only heard by the speechless statue of the Pyrenees and a bird on a tree, which immediately flapped its wings and took off, crying out something in its own bird language, as if laughing at the idiot who dared to interrupt its after-dinner nap. So, wir speichern an dieser Stelle mal. Nochmal. Und ich springe mal zurück zum Prolog. Wir haben jetzt eine ganze Menge gesehen. Wir haben jetzt 40 Minuten gespielt, ungefähr. An dieser Stelle, ich weiß nicht, in welcher Episode wir dann gerade sind, ist auch nicht so wichtig. Ich möchte aber die Gelegenheit noch nutzen und einmal an dieser Stelle anders antworten. Ihr könnt euch erinnern. Hallo? Download Game. Yes. Okay. So, hier haben wir ja vorhin No, I'll stay here geantwortet und ich möchte jetzt mal mit Yes, I'll come with you antworten. Every time it's so hard to decide on the answer. Okay.